I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody. I feel like FD Signifier would be like, no, you can't do that. But I just don't feel like I'm not going to give him permission to do it. I just don't see anyone getting mad because it's Jackie Chan.
Right.
What I will say, though, is what proceeds in this scene is literally a hate crime. He called a black man the N-word and then beat the shit out of every black man in this pool hall.
Hey, welcome to the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kev and Ugie. I'm Kev.
I'm Ugie, and boy, do we have a movie. Today we are doing one of the best movies probably of all time. We hope. A little movie starring Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I think you might have ever heard of it. It's called Rush Hour. Kevin?
This is truly one of the best movies, and I'm so excited to talk about it. But first, how you doing, Ugie?
And, we're straight chilling. Things have been good. We've been doing a lot of the polling, talking about favorite color of soda. There's not a lot of popularity in the brown gang. Hashtown brown is hashtag down.
Oh.
But you know what? We've been getting a lot of clear. We've been getting a lot of purple.
Well, shout out Sarah for backing me up on the brown. I want to defend myself a little bit. I interpreted the question as, what is the color of your favorite soda? Not what is your favorite color of soda.
I think
I apologize. We can roll it back. I was wrong.
I was wrong. It was very specific. I said, not your favorite flavor, your favorite color. If I'm wrong, be like, Ugie was wrong.
No, I was wrong. I interpreted it wrong, but I think brown is a fine color. And let's clip that.
Yeah.
Before we talk about Rush Hour, Ugo, I actually have a very random topic that I want to talk to you about. Are you familiar with the bruh meme that's like the guy on the phone and it's like the bruh, and he like drops the phone and rolls out of his chair? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
One of the most famous gifs. I sent that to a coworker today, new hire on my team. His name's Femi. I highly doubt he's watching this. We're not tight yet. But he let me know that that's actually a clip from an old Nigerian movie. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. I was
His
like,
name's Femi?
Yeah.
Oh, he's okay.
So he's Nigerian. He was like, it's hilarious you sent me this GIF because this is from a Nigerian movie that I've seen. Like, this guy's OG Nigerian actor.
Oh, the one where it's just like the guy goes like.
Yeah, we'll roll the GIF right here so like everyone knows what I'm talking about. But he's like answering the phone. It's like, bro, like, yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I told him I was like mad at my Nigerian best friend for not telling me. He's like, but did he grow up in Nigeria? I was like, no. He's like, yeah, he probably doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's probably Nigerian movie. I don't know if we're ever going to do Nigerian movies on this podcast. I think that's like a separate podcast, and probably one that I'm not going to do,
and probably one that I shouldn't do. I don't know. Maybe I should.
Nigerian movies. I think they're like, I know it's almost like Korean dramas or like telenovelas. There's like a charm to them because they're so bad. Okay. I'm not saying that like that's what those like telenovelas and K-dramas aren't necessarily, but you know how they have
there's melodrama.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like intentionally campy. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, Nigerian movies tend to be just like it's like Tubi movies where they're over the top, low budget, and just like ridiculously acted. The jokes are just it's like everyone's just like.
We should see if we can find the movie clip that GIF is from. Yeah. And like find out the context of it.
There's a movie on Netflix called Ugo. I would highly suggest everybody watch it. That's also, yeah. Okay. It's too well produced though. It's not really a Niger movie. It's
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you didn't know that, so that I could educate you on some Nigerian culture today.
Wow. Okay.
All right, before I dig myself a deeper pit, let's get into Rush Hour.
I'm disappointed, my brother, as well. I will not recover from this.
So. Any personal anecdotes? Any memory of seeing this back in the day?
Rush Hour, I remember specifically. I don't know why I remember all these things about these movies.
Because it's foundational.
Yeah. Rush Hour, we rented from Videotron on Ensemble La Vigne Boulevard, I believe, maybe it's on Saint Jean.
So
it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, it's in Montreal.
Okay.
All the movies we're going to talk about are still in Montreal.
I don't remember what year you moved.
I moved here in 2000. 1 pretty much.
Okay.
I moved here right after September 11th. Another podcast episode.
Bring it up September 11th.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
Right.
Never forget.
We won't let you forget here on Kevin Ugie.
I'm having war flashbacks, bro. So this was one of those movies where we rented it and then we just never gave it back. So then we just had Rush Hour. And, shout out my mom. I'm sorry. See, that's a Canadian kind of sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. She probably had to pay way more than that movie was worth for us to own it. But, shout out my mom. That's how we owned it and we watched it. I think we got like it and like Cradle to the Grave at the same time. And friend of the podcast, I didn't watch it in theaters. So yeah, we rented it and we just never gave it back and then we had it.
It's a great movie. I also have I have no like particular memory of seeing it. In terms of like, how does it compare to my memory? It holds up. It gets better every time I watch it. I don't know what else to say.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe we'll disagree.
I might be dissenting here. Let's get into it.
Yeah. First of all, do you recommend this movie?
Yes, I recommend this
big
movie.
Time.
This movie's a great movie.
This is movie culture movie.
And I think for America, as we stated earlier, like this was peak again, like 90s, 2000s when like racial cohesion, and I say the country, I'm from Canada, I guess we always had kind of a better racial cohesion than here. But that being said, I feel just like everybody, it was a cultural moment that everybody got to be a part of. Mm-hmm. And when I say everybody, it was black people and Asian people, but like it was such a melding of cultures that you really didn't get in other places. Yes, there was a lot of like we saw like blaxploitation movies or like Wu-Tang Clan where you're borrowing from another culture, but not so much where it was really just like both of them together.
Right. It's the thesis of this movie is
exactly.
Like, let's put a Chinese guy and a black guy like in a movie and like see what happens.
Exactly. And it's great for that. And I think like the jokes that you have that come out of it and its legacy is completely sustained.
Yeah.
I think it's very much a movie that is a product of like a time of its time, and not in like a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because that like it's the late 90s. China is opening up as a country.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hong Kong was returned to China in '97. They're like reorienting themselves to the global market, but also you see like this rise in like the centering of like black culture in American pop culture. Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was big. Nickelodeon was full of like black-led TV shows and stuff like that. Michael Jackson was still like really popular.
He wasn't black anymore,
but
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you thought it.
Now you have like these two forces, East and West, coming together, and you see that like here.
It's also like the fact that there was nobody was like, oh, how nice that there's a movie starring a black man and a Chinese man. Like that wasn't like a part of what made it. It is a part of what made it great, but it wasn't part of the conversation.
Yeah,
like no one was like, oh, this is astounding that they're starring in this.
Because at the time it's just like Jackie Chan is Jackie Chan. I grew up on Jackie Chan movies. Like we watched
too.
Drunken Master and Rumble in the Bronx and like
Operation Condor.
All these movies. And so it's just like it was when I was a kid. We're products of the 90s. Every kid on the playground, when you wanted to do like kung fu, everyone was like, "I'm Jackie Chan." Do all the stuff.
100%.
And then you have like the black culture with Chris Tucker being one of the biggest stars at the time, kind of in like that kind of the Chris.
Yeah.
Like just
because this is post Money Talks pre Fifth Element, right?
Exactly.
Which is like we have used the word peak so much in these 3 episodes so far, but this is peak Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
This is peak Jackie Chan. There were valleys besides Rush Hour for both of these actors.
Exactly.
Not to say that they ever stopped being famous or like subsequent work wasn't excellent, but like this Rush Hour is very much like when you think of Chris Tucker or Jackie Chan, Rush Hour is like the film.
Yeah.
And I guess that's let's get into some data about it.
Yeah.
I think what we've just talked about with the help of Mace, the tagline for this movie is the best tagline of any film that we've looked at so far. The fastest hands in the East versus the biggest mouth in the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
That's a great tagline.
That is what a tagline should be. The other two episodes, not where it's at. So released in September 18th, 1998, almost exactly a year before Blue Streak, a year and a day. Synopsis, a loyal and dedicated Hong Kong inspector teams up with a reckless and loudmouthed LAPD detective to rescue the Chinese consul's kidnapped daughter while trying to arrest a dangerous crime lord along the way. This movie was PG-13, runtime an hour 38. I am loving these 90s movie runtimes, man. Director was Brett Ratner, who was fairly popular at the time, like pretty big director. He also directed Money Talks. He directed Red Dragon, the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. He also directed a fuck ton of Mariah Carey music videos.
Hell yeah.
Which
yeah.
leads right into her feature as like one of the prominent songs on the album. Like I think it's the only song in the movie that is not like soundtrack like score, like like them making original music. Brett Ratner, also director of the upcoming release Melania. So he fell a bit. Written.
X-Men Last Stand.
Oh yeah, X-Men Last Stand also. I was really bummed when I saw that he did like all of the like Rush Hour, Money Talks, Melania.
Sick. Very cool.
Yeah.
The best.
Writers, Ross Lamana, who has written all 4 Rush Hour movies and then 4 other movies that I've literally never heard of.
Sick.
Story also by Jim Koof, who wrote Operation Dumbo Drop, which I don't know if you remember that movie from our childhood. I have like a vague memory of it.
I know about the movie, but I didn't actually watch it.
Operation Dumbo Drop, National Treasure, and Taxi.
Taxi.
God awful movie with Jimmy Fallon and Queen
Taxi.
Latifah. Not Taxi Driver.
Yeah, okay.
Taxi with
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah. That one I do not recommend.
Yeah. Queen Latifah, queen of the podcast. Friend of the podcast.
One of her movies will be featured on the upcoming episode. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's get into the guessing game. So budget for this movie is an estimated $33 million.
33? Oh, no. But right now, I'm thinking, I know that it made the movie. I know it made the money back. I was expecting it because I was, in my mind as you were talking, I was preparing. I was just like, how much money do I think they did on all the explosions, Michael Bay explosions? $33 million. I say, God, I want to say I want to say they at least quad. Do I want to go quad? I know for sure they tripled it. I want to say they between triple and quadrupled on release. And worldwide since then, I'm going to say they've made as high as, Rush Hour.
Keep in mind, this is box office gross. So it doesn't include syndication,
Doesn't include anything
streaming,
after that.
rentals.
So it doesn't count rentals. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to say it made worldwide because China as well, because Jackie Chan. I'm going to say I'm going to say 250 million worldwide.
Okay, so budget $33 million estimate. Opening weekend $33 million. Made its money back opening weekend.
Okay.
U.S. and Canada gross 141 mil.
Okay.
Worldwide gross 244.7.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Maybe I went a little bit.
You were
too
really
big
good.
too big. I was guessing the opening weekend. I don't think I actually said opening weekend. I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were spot on.
Oh shit, man!
You
that
said
was
250 gross.
Yeah.
And
Damn. That was.
A plus. Ugie.
Holla at your boy. Yeah. I never make those noises.
I don't know. Maybe we can follow up with some additional data.
Yeah.
For where that gross came from.
I'm happy they included Canada with the USA there too, because that's where I watched. That's where my money. Well, actually, I didn't watch it in theaters, so it wasn't.
Yeah, and that opening weekend number is U.S. and Canada. It probably had a subsequent release in other countries, and I bet like it made that much in China on opening weekend.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Thinking about it, because like Jackie Chan, there's also him peak in China as well. Like he's
totally
his credits are.
He was more famous than like anyone in China. Like any like Chinese prime minister. I don't know if they had a
Yeah.
prime minister at the time, but like, there's no way that he wasn't the most famous man in China. Almost one of the most famous actors in the world at
Exactly.
the time. Yeah, so good guess, Ugie.
Oh yeah.
The tomato meter score on this is an abysmal 62%.
Yeah, that tracks.
I can't believe it. 79% on the popcorn meter also feels low to me. 61 Metascore.
I think when you look at things with rose-tinted glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Okay, fair enough. I am totally biased on this movie. I'll admit it
I
now.
understand it because I'm also biased, but
And you tried to watch it.
for this podcast, I have to look at things somewhat objectively, and there's a lot that I love about this movie. There's some things I don't love, and I won't dwell on them too much.
That's fair, but we'll get to them. And let's get to them. So, as always, spoiler warning. If you have somehow not seen Rush Hour, now is your time to click pause, come back in an hour and a half. If you haven't seen Rush Hour, you're so welcome.
I'm about to say, if you haven't seen Rush Hour, I'm not sure you're the demographic for this podcast.
Yeah. Like, maybe my mom?
Watching or listening
Yeah,
to
exactly.
any of this.
Yeah.
Right.
If you are, though, and you're just one of those people, you're welcome. This is a totally inclusive place. I would be very surprised, but I can show you the world. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker fighting crimes across countries in LA and Beijing. A whole new genre.
There's a reel. That's definitely part of the cold open. Okay, so let's get into the movie. We start out at the port in Hong Kong. So Jackie Chan, immediately Jackie Chan movie stuff. We see some guys like unloading a ship, maybe loading a ship, unclear.
Crime.
And Jackie Chan just like popping out of like doorways, like knocking people out. He does a sick like stunt through a small porthole window to like get away from. It's like right off the bat we get Jackie Chan shit.
It sets the tone for the movie, really. I
Yeah.
think it sets the tone. I think the opening scenes of both characters does a really good job. It's setting the tone for who the characters are.
Right. It's like this guy is a badass, like
Clinical.
martial artist, clinical inspector. He is the only guy there taking down an entire group, and like backup rushes in, whatever. But like he's there. He confronts Sang. He's looking for Juntao.
Yeah.
Sang is the blonde guy who's like, I think we find out later he's second in command, but like also Miles in Lost, by the way.
You want to know something? Like, my entire life until literally yesterday when I watched this, I was always calling Sang Juntao. I didn't realize that they called him Sang.
I did the same thing. Yes, I watched the subtitles for the first time. I'm like, Sang? You too, Mark?
I always thought like we have this whole I know we're already going off on this side, but our soccer team, we have this soccer team that we started, and there was this place that I think it still exists now. Oh, please, if we can get sponsorship, China Harbor.
China Harbor. I think it's called Seattle Harbor now.
But yeah.
They changed the name.
We always called that place Juntao.
Juntao's. Yeah.
And we
That was like after games.
reasons.
Go to Juntao's, get some what was it, like crispy duck or something like that.
Everything. Their food was amazing. It's, there's undertones of things there.
Yeah.
Take that as you will.
Yeah.
Good things, sure. But we always
Legalize
called it Juntao, and then we would like spread the gif of Sang, but then it was just like this.
Yeah, I 2 days ago I learned this character's name is Sang.
had
And they
no
say
idea.
it like 4 times.
Exactly.
Never got it.
He starts off by saying, I look for Sang.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, Sang escaped
I
or
think
whatever.
The
Yeah.
first scene, it's subtitled, so it's
Yeah,
all
Sang,
in Chinese.
colon,
Yeah,
and then-
but
yeah.
whatever.
Anyway, you're never too old to learn something, right,
Exactly.
Ugie?
This is an educational podcast.
So Sang takes off. We get a really sick, more Jackie Chan stunts chase scene. He's like climbing up, like shipping containers, not kicking a guy off a forklift. But Sang gets away in a speedboat. Everyone rolls in. But like the bust was successful. They got the art back. we cut to a dinner at I think it's either the Chinese consulate's place or the British. I don't even know what the guy's job is. Like, I think he was the one who ran Hong Kong for the British.
Evil
guy. And like, boy, he's
exactly.
He's just a British guy.
He's just British.
And they're like having a nice dinner. And he's like toasting like to Hong Kong and like, yay, Britain was so nice to you guys, right? Because we all know how great colonialism went for everybody.
Yeah, I love like my initial, because like this is funny because as much as I've watched this movie, I completely like forgot the plot. So it was like I was watching it again, like completely fresh somehow for as many times as I've seen this movie. And like my first note was that I found it hilarious that Jackie goes to like the consulate and they're like, oh yeah, like we have great news. We just stopped a shipment of stolen goods from like these people who were taking away all these artifacts that are 5,000 years old. And I was just like, this is bullshit. These Chinese people are stealing back their fucking own artifacts. And this is like, here's these like a bunch of like the rich class eating this dinner at the top floor of some fucking, like, oh yes, and you know it's gonna go to some fucking private collection, and I was like actually mad. I was just like, this is strike number one against this movie, but whatever.
This was actually like,
it's the reverse.
Well, but right. That's what we learned. But like this was the first time that I actually watched this thinking like understanding that like
more geopolitical.
I'm going to jump to a spoiler. So the British guy is Juntao. Like he's the one that stole all this artwork over the course of like 15 years, he says, right? And like, holy shit symbolism.
Yeah.
Like a British guy stealing 5,000 years of history from a colony. Like,
message.
How did I never notice that? So after the nice colonial peacekeeping between the Chinese and British folks and how happy they are to have worked so peacefully together for the last couple of decades, we find out that Consul Han is leaving with his daughter Soo-Yun. She's mad at Jackie because he's not coming with. He gives her a necklace. He mentions like how proud her mother would have been. So this is kind of, we learned that her mother has passed. And then we cut to the introduction to Agent Carter, or Detective Carter, not Agent Carter.
His introductions immediately, we got a great tone set for Jackie Chan, for Agent Lee. Clinical, won't shoot people, will arrest them by the book, disarming people, won't hurt them, only if he needs to. We get a shot now of Chris Tucker, who is, what's his name in the movie?
Carter.
Yeah, Agent Carter.
Detective Carter.
Detective Carter. And his first words are, "Stupid fool, get the hell out of my way, you crazy!" As he
illegal turn across traffic.
U-turns through traffic, just breaking every single law. Very much like Blue Street.
Yep. He's also driving a 1972 Corvette Stingray, which is I looked it up, and even in the 90s, that was an expensive car.
And
on a cop's salary?
Yeah.
No. That's my favorite Corvette. That is a beautiful car.
His suit game in this movie, at least for he was on point. He was suited and booted.
Dripping the whole movie,
all movie.
Yeah. So we get a Detective. I keep wanting to say Agent. We get Detective Carter showing up to diner parking lot in the front of the diner on the fucking street to meet Clive.
Played by Chris Penn.
Played by Chris Penn, who we will definitely do a movie of his as well. And Carter, he doesn't know Carter's a cop. He's there buying C4 off of him. To presumably sting, arrest him, whatever. A couple of cops pull up at the diner to go in and have some food, and they notice the two of them leaning over this trunk. It's pretty conspicuous.
But I mean, all right. I'm gonna shout out skip intro, but I'm just there's no problem. You can't just be like, yo, a lot of these movies do this propaganda stuff where it's just oh, we mildly think that you're doing something, so we're gonna pull. You can't do that. You can't just be oh, there's a trunk open, we're gonna step away from the trunk. Yeah, but still, you can't.
LAPD
do that.
In '98, I'm pretty sure they did that.
We can't. That's another thing, another strike. We can't normalize this sort of stuff in movies and our media, because then that's how people get away with it. I mean, get off my pedestal.
No, you're right.
Get back to it. I'm just saying.
We're the LAPD.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You're right.
No.
In 2026, you're right, Ugie.
Yeah.
In 1998,
yeah.
This was plenty of probable cause.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they had seen these men on the street and like been like, why are they just leaning over
There's
a trunk?
a black guy
Like,
and a white guy talking outside of a diner. Yeah, step away from the vehicle,
it's
sir.
the hovering over the trunk. Like, well, what you got in here? Like,
I got T-shirts. I got my gym clothes. I got bombs. It doesn't even matter. I got C4. What?
okay,
PC, bro.
you're right.
I need some probable cause.
Um,
If you're a police officer and you watch this show, I really hope that you do stuff by the book.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could have gone. You thought that might have gone a different way.
I didn't know where that was going. I mean, if you're a dirty cop out there and you're watching this and you're mad right now, like,
Yeah.
go on with yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot be a part of our audience.
Or comment below.
Yeah.
Comment below how we are cucks and beta libs or something. I don't know.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
If you aren't though, you can still do that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, comment. Let us know if you agree with us. Let us know if you don't. That's the beauty of
Yeah.
free
Tell
speech.
us how much you hate us. It's great.
Free speech, probable cause, all important things.
Exactly.
So the cops tell them to get away from the car. Chris Tucker's like trying to tell him like, hey, everything's fine here. Like, don't worry about us. Clive freaks the fuck out and like takes Carter hostage and holds a gun to his head. Carter's still trying to tell the cops like, oh no, it's fine. He playing like
He my cousin.
Like at this point, the cops are doing their job. There is probable cause.
Yes. Now there's probable cause.
And basically like Carter like takes Clive down and he's like still telling the cops like, see, he on the ground, we good, y'all can move on. And Clive pulls another gun, shoots both cops, one in the vest, one in the pinky.
Yeah.
And goes to take off.
Luckily,
Carter,
he was wearing a vest because I don't feel like you just wear a vest, right? Cops don't just wear standard issue vests every day, right? They don't just wear
so.
They wear bulletproof vests. Just
I think most patrol officers will wear a
I didn't know
bulletproof
that.
vest. Yeah,
I've never done a ride along.
yeah, just an accidental one, right? So Clive takes off. Chris Tucker just starts indiscriminately shooting down the street after Clive. Clive is like swerving, yelling, "Calm down! I got C4 in the trunk." Jumps out of the car and Chris Tucker hits the C4. Car blows up middle of the intersection, and he just starts dancing.
Yeah, this is a theme. This is a theme for these movies.
I mean, you can't stop Chris Tucker from dancing in movies that he's in.
I get it, but I just want to know what it is about all these movies. Every movie that we've done so far.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission accomplished. I gotta get to dancing.
He does kill the Michael.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the music that pops in too. You get a little
Yeah,
right at the very end.
It is very MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after this, we cut away to the consulate, in the U.S. consulate. The sending Soo Young off to school. The consul gets a phone call, so he can't go with her, and she gets sent off to school. They also do this like really cute little like pinky like handshake thing. It's like I'm pretty sure I remember making my grandma learn that and do it with me when I was a kid after seeing this movie.
Wholesome Kevin moments.
Yeah, I love my grandma.
Yeah. Shout out Grandma.
As
Skeeter?
Yes.
Shout out
Skeeter.
cousin.
Yeah,
It's not cousin Skeeter, Grandma Skeeter.
she's
and
gonna
cousin
watch
Skeeter.
these because she just sits on YouTube most of the day anyway. So like, hi Skeeter, Skeeter tattoo showing. So we get her sent off to school. Consul runs in. Phone call is dead. No one on the line. We get an LA traffic feature, only one of the movie, thankfully, where it's just like gridlocked, and the cops wave their car a different direction, which neither of these like professionally trained security professionals think like, hey, that's weird. There's also Soo Young singing along to a Mariah Carey song, which once I learned that the director did a bunch of Mariah movies, it made sense.
Even still, by the way, just fuck that driver and fuck that security guard. They're like, they're like, "Oh, what is she doing? She's getting down to Mariah,
Yeah.
like one of the best songs of all time." Like
That is a great song.
She's also killing it too.
Yeah.
Like the girl who played Soo Young, awesome. She's just and
She
you
is
can tell
really
she
good.
really enjoyed doing that.
Absolutely.
And they're
She
just like
kills it.
upset. Like,
Yep.
could be worse, bro. You're getting paid millions of dollars,
Yep.
or maybe not millions. You're getting paid a lot of money to
Right.
just drive her around.
And so a cop car cuts out in front of them and stops them. We see Sang get out of the car. I don't know how he got a cop car. The uniforms I can get. Yeah, Juntao got it. Okay. And they roll down the window. Is there a problem, officer? He's like, no, it's just rush hour.
They said it.
They said it. It's the only way that this movie's title makes sense is if he says it at some point.
At no other point in the movie is there like traffic
It
or
has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like if Sang doesn't say it in this scene, why is this movie called Rush Hour?
It could have been like called Dragon Fist or something.
It doesn't, like, if the movie took place in an hour, sure, I get it.
Yeah.
So Sang kills both security guys, goes to yank Soo Young out of the car, and we see what Jackie had taught her that they alluded to in the previous scene. Like, she kicks the shit out of him a little
She
bit.
puts up points, man. She was like Trae Young in like the fourth quarter. She uses the chain. She
cuts his eye
cuts
open.
his eye open. He has that scar for the rest of all the memes and cuts that you see of him pretty much ever. He's got that cut in there.
Yep.
And it's a 1v3 and she holds her own.
Right, she gets
can-
away. Motorcycle, like, as she's running from Sang, guy on a motorcycle scoops her up.
That's the only thing that I have a problem with is that she's running straight down the street. Like she could have. I always say,
zigzag.
He's on a motorcycle. He'll still catch you, but like, she did real good.
I mean, she's what, 7?
Yeah,
like,
shout
she
out,
did great.
bro. Yeah,
yeah. Scoops her up, throws her in a van. She gets a kick in on him too.
Exactly.
She's she's doing great. Like this. Not only is this little girl a great actress in this movie, like Soo Young herself is kicking ass.
Well, shout out to actress Julia Sue. Shout out sis.
She also has a performer credit on the soundtrack for Rush Hour for that song scene.
Hell yeah.
All right, so now we get the introduction of the FBI back at the consulate, or I think they pick up Consul Han to like let him know what happened.
I just wanted to say right here, I'm a big fan of CSI Miami, and Frank Tripp is like the one real asshole there.
Oh, really? He's in CSI?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Or
that.
not the leader, but the other one with the bald
the
head.
balding guy?
Yeah, he's like Horatio's like main partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking he looked familiar. I don't know what I necessarily.
He also looks like
recognize him
another
from.
actor that does similar bald-headed, fat white dude roles, but he's not that
Agent
guy.
Whitney is his
Yeah.
character in Rush Hour. Rex
Yeah.
Lynn.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Reba's new show, Happy's Place.
Yeah.
Anyway, cut away to the LAPD bullpen. Carter's surrounded by cops bragging about how he shot up a city block and got 2 of his fellow officers capped.
As you do.
Johnson, who's a pretty important character, she's bomb squad detective. She comes around and like kind of chases everyone off, basically criticizing Carter, being like, this is like, you're a loose cannon. This is why you're the only cop without a partner. I'm pretty sure you cannot just not have a partner. There's also great line here by by Chris Tucker that I wanted to call out, where he says. Like Mace mentioned it, like LAPD were the most hated cops in the world. Like my own mama ashamed of me. She'd tell everyone I'm a drug dealer.
I love the classic, well, maybe don't love it, but just like the 2000s sexual harassment. He just
the whole movie. Yeah, this is his colleague.
Yeah, this is his colleague. He's very inappropriate with her the entire time.
And she says something about like how you're gonna get suspended, and
he's just like, quit. She's like,
Quit
someone
playing,
told you I was
bro.
gonna get suspended.
Someone told you I was gonna suspend.
Quit playing. Wait, someone.
I know you playing, Johnson. So we cut back to the FBI at the consulate. Consul Han lets them know that Chief Inspector Lee is on his way. He wants him to help. FBI are not down for this plan. They're like, we don't want some Chung King cop ruining their investigation.
Why? Why do they feel the need?
There's this trope of like FBI agents being real dicks. Like,
Oh yeah, it's
I don't know where, like, Yeah, it's a trope. Yeah. Maybe based in fact.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any FBI agents. So the FBI decide that like the first idea is like let's get a rookie to get over here and like distract Inspector Lee, and Agent Whitney, CSI Miami guy, says, well, if we're gonna humiliate someone, why not humiliate the LAPD?
Yeah,
for some reason. Again, just like Blue Streak, like cops and FBI just hate each other.
Yeah.
Which is probably real. I don't know. Cut back to the captain's office. He's on the phone with the FBI saying like, I'm not going to fucking do this to one of my guys. Are you crazy? And then he sees Carter. He's like, I'm sending someone right over. And Carter comes in and he's like getting on his case about the incident with Clive. He says 2 officers were shot, 1 man lost a pinky. Carter says, but didn't nobody die? You destroyed half a city block. That block was already messed up. And you lost a lot of evidence. We still got a little bit left. And then he leans over, like, but you still did a good job. Yeah. He's like, what? I'm not getting suspended? No, we're sending you to work with the FBI. The other cops must hate this man. Like, he comes out of the captain's office and he's like, I just want everybody to know I'll be working a big, big case for the FBI. And he dances again. Like, can you imagine if you worked with this dude? He's like,
I feel like this is how people felt about me in the science department at Eastern.
It's like, this guy is way too confident.
Just like this me showing up,
just rolling into lab super high, dancing around.
I didn't dance. I can't dance. But you know, I was probably just as loud and annoying.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, can confirm.
Yeah, shout out Eastern.
Yep, Ewu. So now we see Carter showing up to the consulate. Again, overly confident, walks in just like ripping notepads out of FBI agents' hands, being like, fill me in, I want this, I want that, I want that. And this is where he gets told in front of the consul, or maybe not in front of the consul. He's told, your operation is G14 classified, which is a made-up thing, but I'm going to start using. And this is where the Chungking cop line is. Oof.
Stop saying it.
I'm not saying. I'm quoting a film.
Yeah, I'm quoting a film.
Carter goes to the airport to pick up Lee. He's pissed. Obviously, he doesn't want to be a babysitter.
And pre 9/11, where you can just like go to the back of an airport, or you could just meet people at an air. It was a simpler time. If like
he was clearly flying private.
Yeah,
though.
he was flying private, but still, it's just kind of like, even if you're flying private, you can't just have your car on the runway anymore. Like,
right.
You'd have to have some sort of, well, depends on what sort of private, but like different time.
And this is this scene has a quick fire, a lot of racism from Chris Tucker's character. Yeah. He's like yelling at, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Which is a great gif to use.
Yeah. I love oh, I don't love it's really funny how at the beginning he thinks that Lee doesn't speak English, so his response to that was just to yell louder, like that would solve anything. He's like, you don't speak any English? Put your bag. Put your shit
in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is very real. That is
at this
some
point
behavior.
his mouth is really big.
Yeah.
We haven't seen how quick. We've seen a little bit of how quick Jackie's hands are, but
he also says, Mr. Rice-A-Roni don't even speak American. And, like, is Rice-A-Roni Chinese?
Well, San Francisco has a very huge Asian population.
Like, when I hear Rice-A-Roni, like, that sounds Italian to me.
It's a San Francisco treat. Rice-A-Roni is from San Francisco.
Okay.
That's why I said I think they have a very high, big Asian population.
That just felt like let's make a racist joke, but it didn't. I heard that and I was like, Rice-A-Roni isn't like, that doesn't make me think of Chinese people.
We should do some research into that.
Okay.
And then come back next week. Yeah.
We'll let you guys know.
Actually, you know what? If you know, comment.
Yeah, let us know. Save us from doing research so that I can read the comments instead of reading, sources.
Drop his ass off at Panda Express.
Yeah. I think he says that on the phone to the FBI. I'm going to drop his ass off at Panda Express. One little pinky get blowed off. Everybody tripping. So Lee shows the picture of Suyan. He's still not talking at this point, but he shows the picture and he's like I'm here to help find her. And Carter's like, he's not going to just sit down and babysit. He's like, we're going to look into this ourselves.
Yeah.
So they go to Hollywood, and more racist. Look just like home, ain't it? Also, the Star Maps guy
Yeah.
that he talks to as a source is Eddie from the beginning of Blue Streak that gets yeeted off the roof.
Which is funny because this Eddie guy, whoever this actor is, gets like 20 seconds of screen time in both these movies. And then we need to check if he was actually an undercover brother in some capacity.
Yeah, maybe he was the one that said attaboy at the golf course.
What if he was?
That would be really funny. We get some great Jackie Chan action stunts here again. He escapes onto a tour bus. Carter jumps on the back of the bus, climbs up there, confronts him. Like everyone's scared because he pulls a gun on him, but he like shows off his badge and he starts posing for tourist photos. Lee jumps from the bus onto the Hollywood Boulevard sign, is hanging from it, gets a pallet truck to stop, drops onto that, rolls through the roof of an RV, jumps out of the RV onto the roof of a taxi, jumps into the taxi, and gets away. Great Jackie Chan shit. Eventually, Carter steals a motorcycle, catches up with him, gets him out of the cab. Cab driver pulls a gun on both of them, and Carter's like, "Yo, I'm LAPD, calm down." And this is where Jackie Chan says, "I'm also a police officer. I was just showing him how to take a gun from a suspect." So now he knows he can speak English. What?
Like when he says that.
Yeah, dong.
Dong. Yeah, the gong sound. Yeah.
There's a gong.
Gong. Yeah. Good call out, mate. We get the iconic Jackie Chan line here. I like to let people talk who like to talk. Makes it easier to figure out how full of shit they are. This has done well for me in my life. I've found that to be true. Unfortunately, sometimes I'm the one who's full of shit and likes to talk, which is why I'm recording this. They can kind of hash out their differences at this point, or at least yell at each other. We get I'm Michael Jackson, you Tito, from Detective Carter, and
we get the necessary scene where the black guy has to teach the other guy, "Hey, don't touch my radio. We play hip hop on this."
Yep.
And
Beach
Jack
Boys
says,
are
like,
great American
Beach Boys.
music.
And he's like, what does he put? He puts on Jay-Z. I think again.
I think
another
so, yeah.
Jay-Z song plays while they're in the car. I think this one was "Can I Get a What?" Yeah, "Can I Get a What? Or "Can I Get a Fuck You?"
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what song it was.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so now they're going to continue their investigation. They're going to it.
Just before we continue. What did he say? He said, "I assume I kick your little Beijing ass."
Yeah.
I also from that scene, I really like how when he's escaping from the bus into the taxi, like he goes from the bus
sign,
into the
pallet
RV,
truck, RV,
out of the
taxi.
RV. He like rolls over the taxi in a completely unnecessary.
Right, instead of just like getting
Yeah,
into
he
the
could
door.
just get in, but he just like does this like.
I never questioned it. It's Jackie Chan.
He's like, I don't care. I'm here for the girl.
The girl
don't like you. Your mama don't like you. You don't like.
The girl don't like you. Yeah, that's one I have also said to Axel before. All right, so now we're continuing the investigation, going to shakedown at a pool hall bar. Upon entry, they see a guy smoking a joint, and Carter confronts him about it. And he's, "You got a prescription for this?"
I do.
Where's it at?
Where's that? I got glaucoma.
You got glaucoma? Yeah.
Like, it ain't nothing but cigarette.
This cig of weed.
My favorite thing, I'm sorry to put on another aside, but this was also like, I used to listen to this top 50 movie quotes thing that I downloaded off of like LimeWire or Kazaa or one of those things, and this was definitely part of it.
Yeah.
And I just remember it was like there was like Simpsons on it, and there was just like all these different. There's Blue Streak on it as well, and that was one of the things. I just
I had entire CDs I burned of like my favorite lines from Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah.
And like my friends and I would just listen to it and laugh and like quote along to it.
It was a simpler time.
100% with you on this.
It was better than social media.
Yep.
Like and subscribe. Comment below your favorite. Comment with your favorite pre-social media stuff on social media. Burn it down.
Fucking A.
It's coming soon.
I also love that when he took the joint away from the guy, he like it was still lit and he just put it in his suit pocket. It was like really nice suit.
I just save it for later.
Yeah. He busts in the back, pretends like he's holding up the joint, gets Lee to leave, and we find out like this blood running the place is like actually his cousin.
Yeah. Shout out Clifton Powell.
Yep. I did recognize him.
Black excellence.
Yep. Jackie Chan was told upon entry, just follow my lead. So as Carter is, dapping everybody up on his way in and dropping the N-word, Jackie just rolls up to the bartender and says, "What's up?
My nigga?"
Yep. Do you think if Jackie Chan today walked into a predominantly black establishment and dropped a "What's up?"
Yeah, I think
like everyone would be
Chan,
like, "Ah!"
Jackie Chan, I think, is culturally. I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody. I feel like FD Signifier would be like, no, you can't do that. But I just don't feel like I'm not going to give him permission to do it. I just don't see anyone getting mad because it's Jackie Chan.
Right.
What I will say, though, is what proceeds in this scene is literally a hate crime. He called a black man the N-word and then beat the shit out of every black man in this pool hall with like pool cues and sticks and cue balls and
he just
beat
up the
shit
guy
out of all of them. And then he takes it's just funny, the cigga weed guy is smoking a cigarette now. He's like, it's bad for you. Which is, cute.
Yep, so he beats the crap out of everyone. Carter finds out from his cousin that there's someone buying up all of the guns and explosives and people and all this, but is still unable to get a name. So they take off. Carter's stopping for some food. He handcuffs Lee to his steering wheel and says, "You want anything, like a cup of noodle or something?" Because we keep going. And he goes in, leaves him there. Comes out with a bean and cheese burrito, I think, for Lee, but finds that both Lee and the steering wheel are gone off of his car. Lee shows up at the consulate, holding the steering wheel behind his back because he's still cuffed to it. And a couple FBI agents come out to intercept, ask him some questions. He asks about Soo Young, so they pull a gun on him. He uses the steering wheel to disarm him, kick the shit out of him, takes one of their guns. And I remember my dad vividly like loving this scene where like Jackie Chan disassembles the gun with one hand. And like you can tell he's really doing it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, he like pops the mag, like pulls the slide back enough to like get the release pin and like just slide apart.
Catch
just
the bullet too. He might not.
I think he ejects the bullet as he's like
ejects the bullet. Maybe he doesn't catch it, but
it's just so badass.
Even just the way that he scales the wall, like he has essentially like one hand if you combine.
Right. He like two-step scales the wall, moves the security camera like Jackie Chan mid-stunt comedy. Breaks into the place, fights off a bunch of FBI without hurting anybody beyond like a punch, slap here and there. Also like nice stunt taking the belt off of Agent Whitney to like get his gun to drop. Anyway, Consul Han comes and is like, "You guys are idiots. This is my man. Like, what are you doing?" Carter rolls up hours later in the dark with his car in a tow truck.
They're pissed.
And comes in, meets the consul, and he says he's going to call to like talk to his captain. And as he picks up the phone, it rings, and he answers it, and it's Sang calling with with like demands to get Soo Young back. My favorite and most quoted line from this movie: $50 million. Who do you think you got? Chelsea Clinton?
Yeah, shout out House Cat. He always says that. Shout out friend of the podcast, bro.
I every time like I'm reviewing contracts at work and I see how much we're spending on software, I'm like, $50 million. Who do you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton? Anyway, so $50 million. He tells them where to drop it. We cut ahead to the FBI going. They trace the call, so they're going to try to arrest Sang. Inspector Lee is like, dude, like, you guys shouldn't go in there. This is dangerous. You don't know what you're doing. They tell him to go sit down. Agents all get blown up because they didn't listen to Lee. But Lee sees Sang near an alleyway, like watching this all go down. He and Carter give chase. What I loved about this is like Lee knows exactly who Sang is. He recognizes him. He goes after him. Carter like turns around and sees Lee chasing someone, and like he's all like blusterous and like selfish and all this, but he sees it and just immediately starts going to help him.
Yeah,
it's like you get to see this like glimpse into this like the kind of good-hearted like cop side of Carter.
Let's go back a little bit. It was really annoying. It was just kind of like the FBI agent. Why wouldn't you listen? Like Jackie Chan's like, I know this guy. I'm a police officer from somewhere else. I get it. This is different jurisdiction. Yeah. I know his MO. And he raises a very good, valid point. He's like, if you're demanding $50 million, why would you be in an abandoned warehouse in a country that you don't belong? Mm-hmm. They're just like, get out of here.
Yeah. Go sit down, little kid. Yeah. So they chase Sang, almost catch him. He gets away. They end up finding a detonator that he drops for the bomb. And one thing I actually noticed this time around that I hadn't really like clocked is like, I think Carter says like messed up my suit or something like that from like falling through the floor. And for the rest of the movie, like they're wearing the like his suit jacket is still dirty for the rest of like the continuity is still there. I totally like never noticed that before, but I appreciated it this time around. So they have the detonator, and Carter's immediately like, oh, I know who we can ask about this. And he goes to prison to see Clive. He got the prison guard his job. And
like, didn't I turn my back that time and buy you a bag of weed?
I was splitting it with you.
Didn't I give you the bigger half?
And I love that, like, he's like, okay, you're right. And like lets him in to see Clive.
Conversation.
Yeah. So the guy lets him in, goes and gets Clive, says your brothers are here to see you. Clive doesn't want to help. He's still pissed at Carter, obviously. Yeah. And says, you can kiss my fat ass. Carter says, it would take me all day to kiss your fat ass.
That happened like yesterday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think that arrest was like a day or two before this. Yeah. Lee makes a plead to Clive's like his heart, like pulls out the Soo Young. He's like, I don't care about you. I don't care about him. I'm here for her. And like, to Clive's credit, he might sell C4, but he's not going to let a little girl get hurt in the process. And says,
I think the implication is that he sold it, so he doesn't really want the blood of a child on his hands.
Yep. So he tells him to go to Fu Chao restaurant. And is this where they get Juntao's name? Or did they get that from someone else? Mace, do you remember?
They never really learned Juntao's name because like that reveals near the end.
No, because
they go into Fu Chao asking for Juntao.
Yeah.
Because Jackie Chan already knew Juntao.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think.
It was the cousin at the pool hall. Yeah. The cousin gives them the name Juntao, and then Clive gives them the restaurant.
Yes,
that's right. Okay. All right, our powers combined. So fast forward to Fu Chao restaurant. We get the iconic scene. For some reason, they decide to like. Now's the only time in this movie Carter slows down at any point, and they're gonna like sit outside and wait for a bit. And we get the iconic scene with them singing "War" together. Mm-hmm. So like we were saying earlier, like we're both huge Jackie Chan fans, and in high school I got an assignment to read an autobiography of someone, and I read Jackie Chan's. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I love about his history is like when he was a really little kid, he wanted to be an actor. So he went to a school where you learn how to act, dance, sing, and do martial arts. And like, I feel like the way he sings this, you can hear that he's like actually a trained singer a little bit. Like he's like got vibrato and like, even though he's like doing this like comedic singing, you can like hear a little bit of stylistically in there.
Vibrato, damn, you know.
Yeah, I play some music here and there.
Yeah,
not very well.
Somebody watches American Idol.
Yeah, that's the truth.
It's the voice, okay? It's wholesome. Yeah, so we get bonding.
Yeah, I like that. They're here to like case the joint, but at the same time, they're like they have a gun out and they're teaching they're like practicing disarming each other in the middle of the street. That's chill.
Yep.
No one will notice.
There is a lot of that, like just having guns out and no one reacting. And so they end up going to a little like Chinese food truck.
Please, oh yeah, go ahead.
the Chinese food truck where Lee orders and Carter isn't happy with it and asks if he's got like anything else to eat, and the guy yells, "Chinese food, no soul food here."
He gets eel, and
eel and
thinks
camel's
pretty
hump.
good. Yeah, and then Lee gets camel's hump. Yeah,
I ain't no punk bitch. That's another one I quote all the time.
Yeah. And so they're eating the food, and they get into like a dick measuring contest of their dads because they're reminiscing about their dads being cops and stuff. And they keep one-upping each other, and then Carter eventually says, "My daddy will kick your ass all the way from here to China or Japan or whatever the hell you're from, and all the way up that Great Wall." That's perfect.
That kind of feels like an ad lib. I think like,
exactly. From here to Japan, he says Japan or whatever.
China or Japan, wherever the hell you're from, and all up that Great Wall too.
They go into the restaurant.
Yeah. So they kind of stagger their entry. Carter goes in and says that he's there to see Mr. Juntao. He's his lawyer. Got into some shit. He asked me to come down here, and he goes and sits down. Lee comes in like 5 minutes later. Sits down at a different table. We see the waitress go up and tell Sang like someone just asked for Juntao. We get the reveal that like Juntao is Griffin, the British guy, and they look at the cameras, they see Carter, they see Lee coming in, and they realize like someone's here, get the girl out of here. Griffin gets out of there, and they call Carter up. And he sees Griffin on the TV, on the security cameras out by the van. He doesn't see them loading Soo Young in, but he sees Griffin out there. Doesn't think anything of it.
Also, they attempt to poison. They put like what it seems to be like poison or something into tea that they're going to serve to Lee.
Yeah.
But Lee clocks that the woman that's about to serve him has Soo Young's pendant that he gave her earlier when he left China.
Yep. And so Carter's upstairs with the thinnest cover that anyone has ever attempted. Just saying, like, me and Juntao got the same mama. I'm Blackanese.
Yeah. From Beijing.
Yeah.
One of the coolest stunts ever is the guy that kicks him from behind. Which one of y'all kicked me?
Me. And, like, and Lee is like slowly making his way upstairs. He like steals a waiter's uniform, has like a plate of food, and like busts into the room to save Carter right as they're about to kill him. He tried to fight everyone. He got his ass whooped. We get the iconic "wipe yourself off, you're bleeding" from Sang. Jackie Chan busts in, tries to do the flip it open, flip it closed of the ID, just drops the ID on the floor. We get another great classic Jackie Chan stunt fight. I think Carter gets about 3 hits in as they're fighting all these.
But they're
goons.
working together now.
They are working together.
Which is good.
There's the great like dap kick that they do.
I also wanted to say that this aesthetic, I know that you're also a lover of this. The whole aesthetic of this scene reminds me of Jackie Chan Adventures, and boy, that was an amazing show.
Oh yeah, with all the just the like
magic.
Magic. Exactly. Tumo gwe gwe fatitsa.
Jackie.
Great show. Shout out to all the actors on that show.
Yeah.
Oh
man. So let's see. They return to the consulate. They're in a lot of trouble because they did not get Soo Young back.
They actually blew up the plan because they were planning to do the exchange.
Right, and now the kidnappers are pissed. They want more money.
$70 million.
Yep. And you know they're like threatening that they're going to kill the girl. Lee is disgraced. He's apologizing. Basically gets told like, you're going home. I don't want you here anymore by the consul. another kind of like Detective Carter with a heart of gold moment that I loved is when he like kind of barges in on this conversation, and he's like there to defend Lee, but he also remembers to bow, which is like, this guy hasn't respected anyone else the entire movie, but he remembers to bow to the consulate, and then explains like, this was all my fault. Like, Lee loves your daughter. Like, great kind of like backup moment. Like selflessness from a selfish character that I thought was really great.
Or it shows that he isn't actually that selfish. He just has an identity, and
The bravado, the bluster is, yeah.
I think
he knows
he
what's
explains
important.
because of how he lost his dad when he was young. He has to overcompensate for a little bit for that. And I think now that Lee understands that, that's what really brought them closer. Because he's like, there's a purpose to why he's like this.
Right. Yeah. So Carter calls Johnson, the bomb squad detective from earlier, says like, I need your help. He's like being very genuine with her, like not messing with her like usual. I also want to point out, like, in the background on her fridge, there's this like magnet thing that's the statue of, is it David? Like the anyway, and it has like clothes you can put on it. And I remember my uncle had that. I like did not remember this until I like just glanced in the background. My uncle had that at his house. I think it was like a '90s thing that like was like kind of a gag gift or whatever.
Yeah. Like immediately after getting her to agree to help him, he immediately says, "What you got wearing? What panties? What color panties you got on?" Just
more sexual harassment. Yeah, she can't.
Yeah, bro is a menace.
Yep. The only female cop in the precinct, probably.
Yeah, and she gets it from every single guy.
Yeah, she's just dealing with this.
She had like a short haircut, like in 1999. Yeah, there's a Chinese expo with the consulate where they're kind of doing a whole presentation of all the artifacts that they'd stolen or that had gotten recovered. So the new plan is that they're gonna get there and ad-lib it pretty much. I don't know if they really have a plan, but they're just like, we're gonna get there. She is the bomb expert, and
we need a bomb expert.
Yeah, we need a bomb expert.
So her name is Elizabeth Maria Pena. She is she's from New Jersey and was raised in New York. Her parents are Cuban.
Yeah, shout out the East Coast.
She was also in The Incredibles.
Yeah. Who was she?
She was the voice of Mirage in The Incredibles.
I've never seen The Incredibles.
Oh man, that's a good one. All right, so we're at the Chinese Expo. Carter decides that he's going to clear the room and just starts making people panic on purpose. He like tells everyone to leave calmly, and then they're leaving calmly. So he's like, "Get the hell out!" like, panics everybody. There's also a great ad lib. There's no fucking way someone wrote this in the script. Yeah. It is titty, titty, titty. Get them titties out of here. That had to be improv.
Yeah.
I actually had an opportunity to reference that today in a conversation.
Yeah.
Not at work.
Yeah. We kind of get the reveal here now that Cliff, or is Cliff, right?
Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin.
The British guy.
Whatever, it's a British name. Griffin is just like, yeah, I stole all this stuff back, and now I want payment for all the stuff that got stolen that got restolen back.
I spent 15 years stealing this from the Chinese people, and I want $70 million for my plight.
But
clearly already a very wealthy guy.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need it. But we get like a couple of really cool scenes where like Jackie Chan now is like fighting. So Jackie's like fighting his way. Griffin's trying to escape to like the top of the building while Johnson and Carter disarm the bomb because Soo Young has like a bomb strapped to her that if they remove will explode. It has like a trigger on it. And so that's kind of the situation that they're in. And now we get a lot more of classic Jackie Chan kind of artistic fighting joke sort of situation where he has a comedy through his martial arts because he's fighting people, but at the same time there's these classic artifacts that he's trying to save. So he's like in the middle of fighting someone while holding a giant like vase from falling over, and he does this for a while, and then immediately like doesn't one get shot or something?
Yeah, like the one that he spends all this time like getting his ass kicked trying to protect, like he runs away and then it like explodes behind him from getting shot. It's like that is like such classic Jackie Chan comedy.
Yeah.
We also get the confrontation of like Carter versus Sang again. Right as Sang is about to shoot the head FBI agent, he like comes in, he's like Sang echoes back to him, you know, like put the gun down, fight me like a man, and of course tries to pull a backup gun and shoot him, and Carter
just quicker
kills him.
Quickest mouth in the West.
And then we get the wipe yourself off, man, you dead. And so yeah, Lee is chasing Griffin up the ladder, ends up like falling. Griffin falls trying to catch the money. The money goes everywhere. Carter's getting hundreds rained on. Thank you, God. Stuffing it in his shirt. And eventually Griffin's like hanging onto the bomb vest, which rips off of Jackie, and he falls to his death, emphasized by Chris Tucker. Whoo! You know he did. And Lee starts to fall. Carter has the idea, grabs a banner off the wall and like runs and like catches Lee.
But before he does that, he's just like, he's like, "Hey, give me a minute. I'm gonna call an ambulance." And he's like, "Carter!" He's like, "Nah, I'm just playing." Like, what?
Very, very Martin Lawrence to play a joke in that moment, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he saves him. The girl is saved. The day is saved. The money's recovered. A lot of FBI agents are dead.
I mean, okay. Question: did they save the day? I mean, yes.
They got the bad guys.
Yeah.
They got the girl.
They got the girl. But like, at what cost? Think of how many police. Like, think of how many LEO died. And like, that's the job. Okay, serve and protect. I get it. But man, I think like the cost estimate here is pretty high, which is really forward for a movie like this.
Sure.
Because yeah, I mean, like, how many? There was the people that all exploded, and
the body count is high at this point.
So it's a high body count.
Yeah.
I want to go back and actually do the count later on, but I think it's like at least like 25 people died.
Yeah, we'll report back on the body count.
Died of their own ignorance.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're following orders.
Yeah.
You know.
A lot of bad guys died too. Although you also see like when they're like the very next scene is like they're all outside with like emergency crews getting looked at and everything. We get the reunion with Han and Soo Young, and like you can see like henchmen goons like being walked to cop cars. I'm like, I swear everyone was dead by the time Carter like grabbed that band. Like no one's shooting anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they're the ones that ran or got caught already. And then we cut to the airport. Carter is hitting on the gate agent, which was like, I thought pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then he also hits on the flight attendant once he's on the plane.
Doesn't stop.
Yeah. The FBI shows up and they tell him like, you know, you did a great job. When you get back from vacation, there will be an FBI badge waiting for you. I'll let you say it because you took the note.
He says, "Why don't you take that badge and shove it up your ass? I'm LAPD." And then he walks off of like this weird theme song. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he gets on the plane in first class. Consul Han is sending him to China to hang out with Lee for 2 weeks. We get the shishimi, the thank you to the flight attendant.
I never said I couldn't speak Japanese. You assumed
Chinese.
Yeah, whatever.
Ha!
God damn it.
You assume I didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you assume I didn't.
And then that's it. That's he asks how long the flight is. He says 15 hours. Carter freaks out. Roll credits.
And we'll pick up when we do Rush Hour 2.
Straight into Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, we'll go straight into Rush Hour 2.
Yep. We also get the classic Jackie Chan movie outtakes, which are excellent.
I like Kevin's note here is classic Jackie shit.
Yep, it is. When you go see a Jackie Chan movie, you look forward to the outtakes.
Yeah.
It is like I sometimes remember outtakes better than I remember the actual
Yeah.
scenes.
'Cause
Like
it
how
was-
many times it took Chris Tucker to say Chelsea Clinton
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of Kelsey Clinton or Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, is this Kelsey Grammer?
And then he finally gets it right, and the other actor starts laughing.
I noted down two or one scene back with the Clive scene.
The diner.
where they hold him up at the diner, and the cops, like, there's an outtake where he's like, "Show me your ass."
Yeah, right. He's trying to say
And
like,
he
"Show me
breaks-
your hands," and he flips. Show me your ass.
And then you can hear Chris Tucker like breaking character. He's like, "Y'all some gay ass cops," and they kept that in the outtakes.
Of course they did.
1999 was a different time.
Yep.
And so as we get to the end of this, before we go to our final takes, I want to ask you a question. And you know what? I'll probably incorporate all three. If you could give me a hierarchy, in terms of unprofessional, I don't know, LEO. I'm not sure how you would actually fit Undercover Brother in this, because he's like a superhero.
Yeah.
But who's the most unprofessional out of all of them? Rank them.
With Undercover Brother, Miles Logan, and Miles Logan. He's like literally like trying to. I guess he solves crimes.
He actually solves mad crimes
The least
in a couple of
professional.
days.
Undercover Brother is the most professional of the three, despite not being a professional. Yeah, I'm gonna Miles Bottom, Carter, UB.
I think it. Man, that's probably right. Miles doesn't sexually harass anybody at work.
That's true. There's no women in that movie for
Yeah,
him
there
to
is.
harass.
There's all the women. Remember, he's like, in fact, he's like, let me flush the toilet. He didn't even need to. He was just being polite.
Right. So besides the chubby cousin Janice and the one line cop in the bathroom,
That's in his personal life. I said
Right,
most
but-
professional.
I'm just saying, like that. None of these movies pass the Bechdel test, do they?
I
Whatever.
don't think so. What's her name? Johnson has a lot of autonomy.
But for the
maybe it's centered on
Bechdel
men.
test, you need two women to have a conversation with each
conversation.
other that's not about a man.
Yeah, technically, like she talks with Suga and telling her like she's trying to like comfort her if she like doesn't explode.
All right.
I mean, I'm not defending. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely not a problematic movie.
Yeah, I honestly think that detective Logan, what's his name? An undercover, not
Miles Logan.
Yeah, what's his detective name? Detective Malone.
Malone,
Detective
yeah.
Malone is more professional than Detective Carter.
Okay.
Yeah. But Undercover Brother, out of all... at first I was just going to compare those two, but I wanted to throw Undercover Brother, but he's clearly the most professional.
Right.
He doesn't sexually... Well, I mean, he does sleep with both of his coworkers.
He tries to. Oh, no, he does.
No, he sleeps with both of them.
Yep, okay. They're all problematic.
Yeah. Damn.
You have a great final take here in the notes, so I'm just going to ask you to...
Oh, yeah. So, just in watching some of the interviews about Rush Hour, Jackie Chan, this is a funny story that Jackie Chan once says, like, he didn't know any of the jokes that were happening in the movie. It's funny because I was watching the outtakes and he does laugh a bit, but most of his laughing is just kind of like, I'm nervous and I'm laughing about, like, you can see when someone's
Right.
messing up a take.
Yeah.
And especially there's the one I really liked where it's just kind of like, where Chris Tucker's fucking up the CC knee.
Yeah.
And he's like,
You see how difficult it
hard
is?
it is? He's like, you have to say 3 words. He's like, I love that he does it. But yeah, he didn't really understand like a lot of what was doing. So like he was a huge Chinese actor. So he had no idea how big this movie actually was. And then when people were talking to him about it, he was completely surprised because he was just like, what, that joke thing that I did?
Yeah, right.
And it's like it's like one of the biggest legacies for him. Like they're working on I was talking with one of my coworkers today. I didn't know this. And apparently Trump suggested that they do a Rush Hour 4.
Well,
and
maybe it was while shooting Melania.
It may be, but legitimately, this is what they're crediting it for. They're saying Trump suggested in some sort of I don't know, what do you call them, press conference that they should. He's like, I love those movies. They should do another one, and now they're in production for a fourth one. So I mean,
it's a rare.
It heals the divide.
It's healing.
Yeah, I hope it does, because that's what art really has the potential to do. It connects people, it lets people have different opinions and agree on those opinions. I think a lot of people may not necessarily always agree politically, but what we can do is come together, sit down and watch a movie, and hopefully laugh at some of the same jokes. And that's really the message that we have here from Kevin Ugie. We just want everybody to get together, stop the hate, and just enjoy and laugh with each other. If you can talk with each other, we can be with each other, and we can heal all the wounds that hurt this great nation.
Goddamn, I can't close that out any better than that. So thank you for once again joining us at the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kevin Ugie, here from the Creative Block in Seattle. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. Word of mouth is very important in podcasts. Like, subscribe, comment, follow, email us, write us a letter, fax, all the engagement things that you're tired of hearing people ask you to do. You can find us on all the socials. If you need help finding them, go to allmylinks.com/kev-n-oogie. I'm Kev.
I'm Ugie, and this is Purple Soda Supremacy. We out.
Thank you, Marky Boy Productions, Mark and Mace, and thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you next time. Boom.
Got it.
Yeah, that was the best
All
one
right.
so far.
Yep, we're getting the flow.
Yeah.
That's a nice call.
Purple soda.
I wanted to